Just like all diphthongs, the A as in say diphthong is a voiced sound, so you need to make sure you're using athoic voice, which means engaging your diaphragm to bring the air from the bottom of the lungs and waiting for that air to come all the way up to start your voice by engaging your vocal cords. The most important thing to remember about a diphthong is that it's characterized by the sound of movement from the first position to the second position. So that's what my American ears are going to be listening for or tuning into to understand easily what sound you're using. So after you've engaged your voice, the first position you want to move to is the E as in bed vowel. But be careful, do not make it perfect, do not isolate, do not pause in that sound or in that position. You want to immediately slide through the E as in bed to the second position. So if you look in the dictionary and if you check lots of other videos, the second position is written as the I as in sit vowel, and lots of teachers encourage students to create that as the second position. But if you listen closely, it doesn't really sound clear and natural if you do that. Here's an example. Eh, eh. So if you listen to that version, from my ears, it just doesn't sound complete. It doesn't sound full. It doesn't sound like you're making it all the way to the second position. So the way that I teach this sound to students is to move and slide this into the second position using the E as in she vowel, which has a little bit more tension in the tongue. So it would sound like this. A. Right, we could compare the two versions if we hold out the second position. If I use the sit vowel and say a, or if I use the she vowel and say a, that second one definitely sounds more clear and more natural. The biggest key to remember is that you don't want to do either sound perfectly, right? You start out by engaging your voice and lazily slide into the first position and to the second position, but not isolating or stopping or making either sound perfect. Aid, ache, aid, eighth, aid, age, ale, aim, aim, ape, air, ace, eight, abe, awe, aches, a, A's.